Hey, welcome to SAB Chronicles, aka the COVID Chronicles. We're going to dive deep into the teachings of a few of our CEO Action Pod groups spanning from 2020 all the way to 2024. This series takes us through the fire of COVID to post COVID, and now who really gives a care about COVID? If you listen to this series, you're going to gain inside knowledge of strategies of the past and strategies of the future. Hold on to your seats as you're about to get a PhD in business. Buckle up and let's get rolling. Hey, are you looking to scale your business from five figures to six figures or six figures to seven figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy. All right, who do we got next? Terry, go ahead. You are up.
All righty. Challenges. Well, it's a pretty easy one because it's not the finest day over at TFC. We lost our biggest client. So,
Oh,
so with that, and actually it was 2 clients. So it's about $20K a month.
ouch.
It's off the books. So that kind of sucked today. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm happy with how far I've come, just like with taking that type of stuff and just the reaction to it. Because really it's an opportunity. Like this year, we wanted to make more money from other streams of the revenue, such as our group coaching program and info products. And that actually becomes a little bit tougher to do when you are making, the money from servicing clients. So like when you get your biggest one coming out the books, it kind of forces you to take that other stuff more seriously. So I'm looking at it as a positive. And, when they left, it's actually, they left, they came back. So this is the second time that this has happened. But I know like last time when it happened, I was pretty upset and pretty down, but this time, it's good. We're just going to rally and we'll be all right. And I think it's kind of happening for a reason. And that reason is to just put more fire to our actual plan. So everything is going to get sped up a bit in that regard. So, but it's still a big challenge because, it's just kind of unexpectedly losing $20,000 a month off of one client is a nice little setback, but, we'll be all right. I think another challenge, looking over the sales numbers after that, I think we have a little problem brewing there. So like with our business accelerator group coaching program, I took a look at the numbers, and over the course of our last 74 calls that actually showed up and were qualified, we closed 22 of them. So it's about a 30% close rate for the program. So it depends. Like we pitch either the 1 month for 197 or the 3 month for 547. It's probably a 50-50 split between those two. But, I may be optimistic but I just think that number and feel like that number should be higher because most people don't even bother with a sales call for something at that price point. So the fact that, we are deploying that resource and we're closing about, 3 out of 10, I just feel that should be higher. And we need that to be higher as we, scale that up. And then our done for you over the course of the last 37 calls, we only booked 2 new clients. So that's a close rate of 5.4%. So everyone knows that that's not where we want to be. That should be like around at least 20%. And these are people that have came in and said that they have the budget that's required. So it's not like it's unqualified people. We pre-qualify them. And out of those 37 people, we've closed 2 of them. So, so got to improve that area of the business for sure because we got some revenue to replace.
Yeah, I would say straight up off the bat that a product that small, your 30% should be on the upsell. I mean,
What do you
that
mean?
would, your 30% sales rate should be on the upsell. And
Oh,
your
30% kick
initial,
upsell.
correct. Not, am I about right on that, you think, Ivan?
100%.
Yeah, right. So your front end sales should be, especially getting on the phone with people. Wow, you should be like 90%.
So I'm not crazy for the 50%,
So
50%.
so that's I mean, when you're talking about, so sometimes you got to put life into perspective, right? When it comes to what, and this could be a little skewed, but I'm just saying in perspective of $100, right? We spend that at Starbucks every week, right? So look at, I try to look at things at that perspective of, I'm asking somebody for $100 that's going to change the face of what they're currently doing. That's not even sales calls worthy. So that tells you one or two things. Your sales team sucks. Okay. Or your front end messaging is so poor that by the time they get on that call, it doesn't even matter. There's already 70% of those that are just respectful enough to show up because they booked. Ivan, what's your thoughts on that? You're 20 times more qualified than me to talk about that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I mean, sometimes I think we're trying to pinch pennies, thinking we're doing the customers a service, but the reality of it is, when people are paying premium pricing, they always, from a psychological standpoint, they feel like they're actually getting more for their dollars. But yeah, from a sales perspective, 30%, adding 30% to it, that's pretty much standard. 25 to 35% is standard in the sales industry.
Yeah.
You're saying standard for the upsell or standard for the initial sale?
I would say upsell.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay, so I have kind of a thought, and I don't know, Terry, if this might help, but I know that you're offering a product for, I think you said 197 or 547, but
Yeah.
are you testing different price points? Because Ivan's got a point, and it's like a lot of work and a lot of effort to sell something for $200 when you can put the same effort and sell it for $1,000. And people sometimes perceive more value at the $1,000, even though it's the same product.
Right. Yeah. So actually, we haven't yet. I do want to throw in the fact that it's recurring, so it's not 197 total. It's 197 a month, or 547 every 3 months. So it's a subscription based, model.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
So that may change things a little bit, but no, we haven't. We, thought about hopefully getting to the point where we could try to experiment raising the price, but we kept it at 197. It's been that way since we started, so we haven't messed around with the pricing.
So here's an example.
Right?
Here's an example though. Let's take our joint venture, Joel, as a perfect example of this, right? We've been running it for a week. So we took the 32-week course, we packaged it up as a train the trainer coaching program. Okay. So come in, learn how to become a coach, and then you use the 32-week course as
The coaching program, yeah.
The coaching program to teach your clients, right? So, and that comes with Joel's CRM, the whole kit and caboodle, everything, right? So, and we've been running that. Has it been about a week?
About a week, yeah. About
a week, right? And here's what we did. We thought, well, let's try it the lowest barrier possible. $299 a month. Do you know what kind of reaction we've got to that? Goose. Nothing, right? So it could be now, if we pivot this and say, it's $5,000. Here, sign this agreement, blah, 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 blah. You get lifetime access, yada, yada, yada. It's gangbusters, right? But here's what we're going to do. We're going to test it from boom to boom to boom to boom to boom, right? That was the whole point of starting there, because that's just a start point. But at some point, you got to look at it and go, this is freaking futile, right? Because, people don't see the value, or
they don't assign enough value to it.
They don't assign enough value to it, right?
Right.
I think
that's what Ivan was trying to say.
Yeah. And, when people, it's like almost, because I can tell you right now from this new pivot I did in my own company, right, where I'm charging $0 for licensing, all this stuff, right? I had a really, really, really good person that was a perfect fit for this. And I think, and even though she literally talked to 3 or 4 other people in the group, for whatever reason, she couldn't wrap her head around the reason why. Why is this not costing me something? Even though she understands how my company works, all that stuff, right? Because all I did is I took my current model and I overlaid it on top of a white label program, basically, right? To take coaches and here's a model to plug into, and it costs you nothing until I get involved. And then
is this Rachel?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we should talk about it after.
Okay, perfect. Because Myrna had a conversation with her today.
I think what you have to tell her is, you wouldn't pay me $75,000 for this, but that's what you're gonna pay me because I charged you $0.
Yeah,
You're gonna pay me $75,000 a year, but I'm gonna charge you $0, and I'm gonna collect 3%.
Yeah, I told her I was gonna charge her $6.2 million a year. That's what I told her.
Yeah, increase that value ladder, right?
Takes a little thinking,
Right. But my point is that a lot of times people can't wrap their mind around why something is so damn cheap, right? Or it costs nothing. And when I first started this company, people thought, wait a minute, what are you not telling me? Why are you not charging me anything? What's the catch, right? So what is the catch? Well, there isn't one. There is no catch. But the thing is people seem to really put value on paying big prices for things, right? I don't know why, because I don't put no value in that. But
I'll give you one better. So James Malinchak has, I don't know, for probably the better part of 20 years, charged $25K for his coaching package. And he's got about a 93% retention rate.
Sure.
That's high at $25K. And that's not even his highest price ticket item.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know from experience, and, he's forced me to increase my price significantly. I'm working on that as well. But when people pay for something that they feel is premium, by and large, from a psychological standpoint, they can justify that.
And they're
whereas
happy.
if it's a lower price ticket, they feel like they're kind of in the same boat as everyone else, and everybody's always looking for the edge.
Well, that's a discount crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus, what I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free. Well, and I talk about that in the course. One of my one of the modules is make them feel oh so special, right? Right? It's about making people feel special, feel like what they're getting is that premium thing. And nobody here is telling you, Terry, to go, change your price to $1,000 a month or something crazy. But it's more like in your message, right? You play in the space that can afford it too, right? So if I'm charging $50 for something, I'm in a whole different league than I'm charging $1,000 for. Why? Because all these people that were here, we're not even talking to that crowd anymore, right? So we're talking to it's the same conversation we had earlier about, you look at Artie's company, same thing, right? So we can either go to these onesies, twosies, right? Small players, or you pivot to the big players, right? And that's who you're working with. Remember this conversation we had about really thinking about how TFC can service marketing departments, right? Versus onesie, twosie. That was a long time ago we had that conversation.
Yeah.
But that the whole point is you don't just be satisfied with this little play all the time, because many agencies have like almost completely pivoted away from internal fulfillment of advertising, right? It's all external now. They're externally fulfilling all that crap. That in itself has tons of challenges, right? But that's that external fulfillment. And then the company itself really is juiced and ran off of all of those other things that you're doing. Okay. Whether that's, the joint venture partnership stuff, referral partnership stuff, never losing a lead. There's another thing, right? That's one thing that drives me nuts is lead comes into the system. It's not a perfect fit. They're gone. No, where can you send them, right? Just because you don't want to work with them, that doesn't mean somebody else won't. Right.
Right.
So, it's lost opportunity.
It is. And that's one of the reasons why I think 90% is probably high. I would love if we get 90%, but the problem is that a lot of these people, they don't want to do it themselves. So it's group coaching. So these are business owners that they can't afford to have it completely outsourced, but the thought of them taking their time and energy to try to figure out something that they don't want to do just isn't attractive to them. They want someone to do it, but they want someone to do it on a small budget and for, less than what we charge. So that's why I don't think it would ever be 90%, because there's just too many people that just say, I don't want to roll up my sleeves. I just want to, take the easy route. But the problem is they don't want to pay what it takes to do that. So, that's why I don't think 90% probably would ever happen, just because you have those people, which is, I understand, because if you are a business owner, you're trying to do a bunch of stuff, you may not want to show up to class every, Wednesday or go in and learn stuff that's over your head. So that's just always an objection that we have.
But take this group for an example, right? Nobody here is going to show up for your class on Wednesday. Period. Right? Well, so is it you have the wrong target of people, right? So you're playing in the wrong playground, right? Because there's probably nobody in this room that's going to go, yeah, I'm going to go spend time learning how to do Facebook ads. No,
right.
It ain't happening. Right. I'm not showing up, I assure you. I would rather watch paint dry. So how do you get to me? How do you get to the me? How do you get to the Will Black? How do you get to the
those
Hardy?
are people.
How do you?
Those are people that are done for you clients. They're going to say that they have the budget to have us run their ads. So there's always two different segments of people that come through our funnel, like the people that say they have 5,000 or 5.5 thousand. We're talking about done for you. We're not even telling them about baggage. Those people that come through and say, no, I don't have 5,000 a month to invest in my advertising. That's when we say, okay, we have a solution for you.
Right.
And those are the people that we're pitching the group coaching program, because they can't afford the $5,000 a month. So you guys would be, not having that conversation. We'd be trying to get you to come on and turn it over to us.
Yeah, but see, here's the conversation that goes back to what we had before, right? So now you take Artie's marketing team now and you train them, right? For whatever that dollar value is, right? I don't know what that would be, but I'm just saying it's a shift in thinking and it's a shift in focus, right? Because you spend all this time trying to get this low-hanging fruit when all you need is 5 or 6 at the executive level, right? That you get to go in now and train a marketing department on how to do what you do. And guess what? You don't have all the headache of management, all that horse shit, right? I mean, all that stuff. You don't have to worry about losing your biggest client, right? Because now your biggest client, you just taught them everything you know how to do, and you put them on a year retainer, right? Something like that. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing it out here.
You're training to a different target market.
It's a different target market, right? So that's where some of the things you got to look at. Do I want to level up, or do I want to continue to play in this, broke entrepreneur target market? Because that's what it is. Let's just say it what it is.
Yep.
That's the broke entrepreneur target market, and just level up one more time, right? Not even talking to like this level of a group, right? It's even the guy in between, right? That can afford it, is still managing some of that stuff, but they're not a broke entrepreneur. Maybe they're a $150,000 a year company, right? Well, they can damn sure afford to pay you some decent money, right? So it's getting out of that startup type mode, right? Because you look at some of those folks, and I know who some of them are, from who your audience is, some of those folks, and they're wishing upon a star. They don't even have they don't have shit, right? I invested some time into a few of those people, right. and it was like a fucking nuke went off, right? Because as soon as you go, hey, you're gonna have to pay Terry $5,000 to get this shit fixed, and then it's like,
yeah,
like the whole fucking world just like dissipated. They couldn't come up with $5,000 if they sold everything they had in their house. So
yeah, it's a tall task.
So hopefully that's at least provoking enough, right, to get you to don't stop that. I'm just saying run in parallel, something shifted up, right? Because it's still money, it's still revenue, right? But replace that revenue with the right revenue that now doesn't require Terry Foster to have to go, shit, I got this meeting I got to get off and, go spend my time talking to a bunch of people that I already know ain't going to do jack shit with it anyway, right?
Right. You got it.
I know this audience, brother.
You do.
I know it.
You do.
I know it very well. so, so it's probably good you lost these customers, because it's going to force you to pivot again, and it's going to force you to pivot to replace revenue, and you might just find yourself working your way out of the usual. Right? So I'd like to talk about that a little
Necessity
further.
is the mother of invention.
It is. Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
I think we could come up with some pretty good ideas for that. So
the only thing I'm going to add to that is in the past week and a half, we had a client that was almost $300,000 a month. And when you had these three $10,000 a month clients, we're still working on closing the 310K a month. It took 2 phone calls to get the guy that's 20,000 away from, doing 300K a month. He's like, no, I'm done. Fix it. Fix it. Make it work. Yeah, no, I love it. I'm paying. You've shown me what I'm overpaying. I have my designated nonprofit. That's which is gravy for him, but that wasn't what was doing it. He does his work. We're saving him money. 2 calls.
And
Discounters are always harder to deal with, right?
Is that?
Discounters are always harder to deal with.
Totally.
I told my guys a while back, if the guys that do 5K a month can almost be easier than the guys that do 10, 15, 20K a month. The guys doing 5K a month don't know enough to be scared, right? The guys that do 80K a month and up, they're like, they've already worked out the kinks, but there's a little window in there of these guys, and they will sit there and they will sweat over it, and we're like,
it's the old adage.
You got time to get off the pot. You got one bathroom in the house. You got kids. Get out. You got to share.
Well, and look at it this way too, right? So you go to a business owner, right? He's got this much time to spend with you. Tell me what it's going to do for me. If it's going to be a benefit to me, let's do it. If not, I'm out. Okay, here's what it is for you. Here's the benefit to you. Here's the benefit to blah, blah, blah. Great, let's go. What's next? That's the conversation that happens. Now, you talk to the brokepreneur, and it's like 5 million questions because they want to make sure every freaking penny is accounted for. And not that a big guy doesn't either. That's not really the point. The point is they're programmed, almost programmed to fight it, right? I'm not. If I see a value in something and it's going to benefit me and my company, why not? Why wouldn't I? Why would I piss away, $30,000 a year? That doesn't make sense. That makes no sense at all. Why would you do that? I mean, that's $30,000 that pays somebody's salary for the year. That is borderline. It isn't even borderline. It's fiscally irresponsible, right? So in our companies, we have to be fiscally responsible. And in your case, Will, you're providing fiscal responsibility to a company, right? So it's the same thing to the other side of the coin. Terry, with these, there is no fiscal responsibility because they don't have anything fiscally.
Nothing to be responsible with, huh?
Nothing to be responsible with. But anyway, so give that some thought, and if you want to brainstorm some stuff next week, hit me up and let's try to figure out something for that for sure.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win. Thank you for tuning in to the SAB Chronicles, otherwise known as the COVID Chronicles. Hey, we hope you took a lot of great little golden nuggets from this episode. Follow us on social media. Follow us everywhere you can follow us for updates on all of our different series of podcasts, to include this one right here. We hope to see you back as soon as possible. And remember, you should always want to grow, scale, and win. We'll see you on the next episode.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God, it's beautiful.